Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and fellow gamers of all ages, imagine, if you will, a world where every action, every decision, and every consequence is controlled by the mere touch of a button. A realm where battles are fought, quests are undertaken, and victories are won, all within the confines of a screen. This is the digital universe of video games, a place where many of us find adventure, camaraderie, and an escape from the mundane. But within this virtual playground, a shadow looms over the vibrant landscapes and pixelated horizons. It is a question that has sparked debate in living rooms and legislatures alike. Does playing violent video games increase the likelihood of violent behavior in real life? To explore this question, let us embark on a journey through the realms of psychology, sociology, and the very fabric of our society. Our quest is not to vanquish foes, but to uncover the truth behind a screen of misconceptions and myths. Firstly, the heart of our adventure beats with the argument that exposure to violent video games could potentially act as a digital rehearsal for real-world aggression. Proponents of this view argue that the repetitive nature of violent gameplay, where players are often rewarded for aggressive actions, may reinforce and normalize violent behavior. They suggest that the virtual world's lack of real-life consequences could desensitize young minds to the severity of violence. However, as we delve deeper into this labyrinth of logic, we encounter a multitude of studies that have sought to map out the terrain. Many of these scholarly expeditions have found that the connection between violent video games and actual aggression is at best a weak and inconsistent one. The American Psychological Association has noted that while there is some link between video game violence and short-term aggressive responses, there is scant evidence to support a long-term effect. Now let me introduce you to the concept of catharsis, a subpoint that acts as a counterbalance on our scales of understanding. Some psychologists suggest that playing violent video games may provide a safe outlet for aggression, a virtual punching bag, if you will, where players can release their frustrations and anger in a controlled environment, thus potentially reducing the likelihood of acting out these emotions in the real world. Furthermore, we must consider the vast and varied landscape of individual differences. Not all who wander the digital planes are affected in the same way. Factors such as personality, family environment, and moral compass act as personal armor, shielding many from the potential impacts of on-screen violence. It is crucial to recognize that video games do not exist in a vacuum. They are but one influence among many that shape the developing minds of our youth. As we approach the end of our journey, let us pause to reflect on the vistas we have witnessed. We have seen the arguments that suggest a potential for increased aggression, yet we have also observed the evidence that points to a more complex and less direct relationship between virtual violence and real-life behavior. In summarizing our expedition, we recall the debate's two faces: the concern for a desensitizing effect versus the possibility of cathartic release. We remember the studies that map a terrain fraught with inconsistencies and the individual factors that serve as personal guides through the maze of influences. So, as we stand here today, at the crossroads of pixels and reality, let us not be quick to cast a shadow of blame upon the digital realms for the actions taken in our world. Instead, let us strive to understand the many forces that shape behavior and recognize that the answers we seek may not be as simple as a game-over screen. In closing, I leave you with this thought. Just as every hero in a game is armed with the tools to overcome their challenges, so too are we equipped with the power of knowledge, understanding, and empathy to navigate the complex relationship between the virtual and the real. Let us use these tools wisely, not in pursuit of enemies, but in the quest for truth. Thank you.